Hey guys, welcome back to Astral Diaries. I just want to do a really quick video here. I just released my questions for Darius, my top 10 questions for Darius, which got a lot of views already. It's got 200 views, which is huge for my channel. And in that I mentioned that I didn't get a chance to do much elaborate because I was literally running out of time. I have a very full phone. I had 20 minutes. Right now I have like 15-16 minutes to do this. I have a very older phone full of memory. The memory I have to delete it all stuff. And I was in this area about a week ago. I thought about doing a video, so I'll do it. It's a really nice area. So let's walk, and what I want to do is a little bit of elaboration on my 10 question because I was literally against time. And before I forget, what I want to say was I added all the 10 questions to the description because they were almost like a multiple part questions, and I'll give you guys at least 2 examples. So please go back, look at the description, and there's a leaf blower which I have to avoid. So I kind of switch sides here, maybe even pause to run away from the leaf blower. And I'm approaching another leaf blower. So what I wanted to elaborate was the questions are in the description. Please go back, watch that. I'll release this video in about a week, give them some space from that last video. And what I want to say in this video is that, so I didn't get a chance to elaborate a lot, which I want to do in here, is that, for example, my number 1 question. Okay guys, let's just take a look at this building right now because there's a leaf blower and I can't. It's a nice little area here, like almost like a little castle. It's a beautiful little place. This is where I want to do the video about the freaking leaf blower. Okay, so I'm getting really distracted here. So what I wanted to do is, like, for example, my question number 1, it was a multi-question. And although it was the same question, those questions require a different answer. One thing I wanted to say was, every time a Darius interview rolls out, as you guys can probably relate, you're all excited. You want to see, oh yeah, another interview. Hopefully there's some new questions. And as the interview rolls in, you're 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes in, it slowly hits you. It's just slightly different version of the same interview, man. That's why I did that 10 question. It's these people ask the same questions that require the same answer, and unlike the ones that I had. For example, your most recent experience, that will require a different answer each time somebody asks it. The next one you want to do, that will require a different answer because of where Darius is in his journey when it comes to out of body, And then you have one of the best guys at the game who literally tells you he leaves his body on a nightly basis, and it doesn't occur to you to say, you know what, can you tell me about the most recent one? And what I want to elaborate, which was my question number 1, as somebody who's doing this, whether it's astral projection, OB, maybe I'm doing a combination of 2, depending if I'm on sleep paralysis or not, I'm very curious. How does it go for somebody who's literally one of the best at the game? Because when I'm out, I'm in my immediate neighborhood, man. Despite that, I've been able to gather, deceased relative, literally stood in front of them, talked to them. The answers haven't been what I've been wanting and what I've been looking for. I also have not been able to verify numbers on the board or card numbers, but Darius has. So that's why I was really curious. Somebody at his level, what does it look like for him when he leaves? Does he find himself in a bedroom like me or some other place? Does he float? Does he roll out? As someone who does this, I'm really curious. Maybe he's been able to get a verifiable information from a deceased relative that I have failed. Like I failed when it comes to cards and playing cards and stuff like that. So those are very important for me personally. Another thing I wanted to say was, I was watching these initially when I got back at this late 23 with a friend, and I could tell she was getting disconnected with some of the testimonies and stuff. And I said, you know what, the difference between you and me is that I do this so I can relate to what they're saying. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And that's the point I'm trying to make with these people. The cowboy guy, you know, the inspired guy. If anything, man, that guy should inspire you to have a interview channel and make it huge, 500,000. Because the guy, I hate to say it, the guy, when it came to Darius, did not know what to ask, how to ask. They had all the wrong questions. So, you know, clearly a guy who's never projected in his life, you know, because Darius says there's a difference between astral projection, OB, or whatever. That inspired guy hasn't done neither, I can promise you that. And that kind of goes with most of the guy he's done interview. I think there's only one guy, he was like a black guy, can't think of his name, maybe I'll put that in the description. He was a projector himself, and he asked some good questions. I think he could have probably asked better questions. So that's another point I wanted to make. And then, so like my question number one has multiple parts in it. It's in the description of that video. You can go watch it. So that video itself, I'll put in the description. It's called My 10 Questions for Darius. My top 10 questions for Darius, yeah, right. I think I'm gonna title this My Questions for Darius and then Elaboration, you know. So, and what else I was gonna say? So when it comes to, oh yeah, so Celeste, you know, the question I had about her was, I think he kind of answered this already. In addition to what she looks like, I wanted to elaborate on, you know, if he is able to access her again, when was the last time? Is he able to access her again? Why or why not? Another thing I want, so that's another point I want to make. And then lastly, I think one thing I left off, as far as verified experiences, I said Mike Anthony, who had a very verifiable experience through a medium. I forgot to say that I put the link in the description. So that's in the description of that video, if you want to go look at it. And then Cyrus Kirkpatrick also did a really cool verification with it. Just a little touch up on that. Again, the questions that I asked, well, I said I want to ask Darius. I didn't actually get a chance to ask him. It's just, you know, the questions I have for him. They're listed in the description of that video in more detail. You can go read them. And I just wanted to, let's see, about 6-minute elaboration. So watch that video, please. It's 10 questions that, you know, some might have been asked a little bit, but not all of them. And like I said before, my questions may be the same, but require different answers. You know, your most recent experience. Imagine if 20 people asked these questions. We would have 20 stories of one of the best in the game, how his experience went, what did he access, what did he see, what does he want to access now? You know, at his stage, at the rate that he's traveling, what is he looking at this stage? You know, at different interviews, that answer should be different. So I think I kind of want to wrap it up. Just beautiful day, beautiful street here, nice area. Please like, share, support the channel. There's buy me coffee option. You can go back, watch older videos. I think I'm going to release this in a week or so, because I said previously I want to kind of pace it out. Because, you know, some of these smaller channels, to mention specifically Ursula Bailey, Phase Evolution, you know, while these people have personal reasons, one of them is probably, and I mentioned this to somebody, is these small channels, man, you give, there's really literally nothing in return. So they get burned out. And I can see how that can happen. So I'm gonna pace it out, release this in about a week. So this will be you guys' video for next week. That's it for now. See you guys on the next one.